Hey guys, welcome back to another 7 Days to Die Alpha 18 video. Now today we're gonna look at food, drinks, dysentery, and food poisoning. Cooked food, canned food, all the shenanigans. Now this is not gonna be a guide by any means, guys. This is just me playing around with some of the things and what I figured out, what I found out. How do you get food poisoning? And how do you get dysentery? How do you cure it? What can you do about it? And how does it impact you as a player? What are the effects? And how long do they last? So I hope you guys still get a lot of questions answered, but anything you still have a question about by the end of the video, please let me know in the comments below. All right, let's have a look at drinks first. When we look at drinks, there's 3 drinks that you get exposed to straight away from the beginning of the game, because you can craft them right away. One straight away without a cooking pot, and that is yucca juice. Yucca juice is something that is really lovely, but the dependency is yucca. So if you're near a desert or near an area which has yucca, pick it up. As soon as you find bottled water, you mix it with the bottled water and the yucca together, and then you can make yucca juice. And that is really good. So theoretically, you don't even need a cooking pot. You just need to loot a house, get some bottled water, get some yucca fruit, and off you go, yucca juice. That is definitely something I would recommend you to do if you have access to yucca. So you gotta excuse my guests down there. They keep being interested in what we're doing up here on the roof. Now, of course, you might not find yucca, or you might actually only have murky water available to you. You can find murky water in toilets, or if you hit an empty jar onto a water source, you have murky water. If you have a cooking pot, you can take snow, a jar, and boil it into bottled murky water. You can then boil it into bottled water, but still have a 3% chance of dysentery. Now, can you prevent dysentery from the get-go? As in, is there anything you can take and then drink to not get dysentery guaranteed? No, there isn't. As far as I know, there isn't, but please let me know in the comments below if there is anything you're aware of that you can take to prevent dysentery from occurring in the first place, no matter what. Hey guys, this is just a small correction on some of the information we have already in the video. Now, if you're watching this video right now, this will probably just cut right in the middle. I will try to edit it in. I just thought, while I was editing the video, hang on, is canned water still a thing? So I went looking for canned water, and it doesn't seem to be. So if you guys thinking you can still fill up cans with water, it doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. However, when we looked at water, there was 2 things that I came across that I completely forgot to mention. One is the water purifier mod, and one is pure mineral water. Now, the purifier mod is behind the schematic. So if you look at the water purifier mod, you have to be lucky and find it. Once you find it, you need forged steel, which you actually can find or buy in the trader, so you don't necessarily need to have a forge. Duct tape, scrap polymer, all the stuff is found. Duct tape you can make yourself with some bones and boiling stuff, but you can also find it. And a sewing kit you definitely can only find. You can't craft it, at least not at this point of making the video, at this time. Coal you just find out in the wild, you just mine it, and that's it. So you can make this quite early actually in the game if you get lucky. Now all you really need to do is, once you have a mod like that, you put it into your helmet, in your whatever armor you wear that you can modify. So you literally just put it in, and that's it. So once you have it applied to your headwear or to your head armor, you wear it, and now you can drink as much dirty water as you want. It doesn't matter. You will get the positive effects, but you won't get dysentery anymore. There you go. That's it. Just keep drinking it. Your water will go up all the time. Well, I have maximum water right now, and that's it. So there you go. No bad effect anymore. The mineral water is a bit of a mystery to me right now, because we have the recipe in our list, but it's locked, and it doesn't say what it's unlocked by. So I think right now in the game you cannot unlock it. There's no schematic for it according to the creative menu, and even though it has ingredients, it is not unlockable through Master Chef. I have full 5.5 Master Chef, and I still cannot craft it. So unless it's anywhere else hidden, which you guys can tell me, we cannot craft it unless it's behind one of those books. These books are like a collection of books that you can read, and they give you an effect if you have read the whole series of books that you find. But I don't think any of them is enabling you to craft that water. If you know of anything, let me know. But it could be that this is still something that is to come, that this is something that's not in the game yet, or an overhang, and mineral water might not even be in the game anymore going forward. But right now it's something you can't craft, but it's in there. And water purifier mod is the only thing right now you can craft to prevent dysentery in the first place. So there you go. I hope I didn't interrupt the video too much. Now let's watch the rest of the video where I don't know that you can prevent dysentery. So once you have dysentery, what can you do to cure it? Well, the only cure that I found, including looking at all the medicines, is your good old-fashioned goldenrod tea. Now, goldenrod tea, as far as I know, is something you can find in loot. You can buy in vending machines, and you can buy from a trader. Now, the vending machines I would definitely recommend when purchasing it because they're cheaper than the trader. It depends how many points you have, but in the beginning of the game, definitely the vending machines are cheaper. So sell everything you can to the trader, and then maybe check out the vending machines and get lucky. However, if you want to craft it yourself, you need 1 point in Master Chef to unlock it. You don't need any strength points or anything. If you go into your Master Chef perk right here under strength, Master Chef, you straight away can buy it. It's not locked behind anything else. So there you go. And it unlocks cornbread, baked potatoes, grilled meats, and teas and coffees. So 1 point, definitely worth it to make goldenrod tea. Again, if you have a cooking pot, goldenrod tea is easily made. Now that will cure your dysentery. Now, how does a cure work? Does it immediately remove dysentery? No, it doesn't. So let's have a go and drink as much of the stuff as we can to get dysentery. Now I'm drinking, there we go, we actually got it this time the second time. I drank about 50 of them when I was testing it and didn't get it. I thought my game was broken. So now we have dysentery. What does dysentery do? Dysentery applies an effect to you. You feel sick to your stomach and have diarrhea. Goldenrod tea may help, and yes, it will. Diarrhea periodically reduces water by 7.5% and food by 2.5%. All water and food consumed beyond the regular cap is lost. So this part I don't fully understand because we still can eat and drink above the 170 points we have here. So this is the maximum. There's always some cap that you can go above, but it seems that that's still a thing. So this will tick down until this percentage is gone, and it's not going down by itself very quickly. So 28.7%. Now let's take some goldenrod tea. Now the way this works is your dysentery that you currently have is 28.4%. The goldenrod tea cures dysentery by 20%. If we use this now, it does not remove immediately 20%. But as you can see here, it ticks down faster the dysentery because it now became treated dysentery, and it ticks down until this is gone. So once this is kind of counteracted, I'm assuming treated dysentery goes back to dysentery with the leftover percentage. Let's check that out and see if that actually is the case. All right, we're reaching the end of the dysentery medicine. Now, of course, treated dysentery might as well have its own tick, so we'll see what happens now. So this is finished and it turns back into dysentery. So now it will tick down naturally again at its own pace without the effect of goldenrod tea. Now this effect can be stacked, which means if you take goldenrod tea, there we go. If you take goldenrod tea, you now have 19%, but you straight away can drink another one to get it up to 40%. So twice the effect. That way you don't have to wait for it to be over to drink it again, and that's it. If you have goldenrod tea already drunk, and then you drink murky water, let's have a look and see if we can get more dysentery or get another effect of dysentery. We're just gonna drink a couple of those and see if we get any effects. There we go, 35%. So even though you have dysentery medicine ticking down, you still can get more dysentery while it's treated if you drink more murky water. However, like I said in the beginning of the game, get yucca juice if you can and use that instead. Of course, once you have a cooking pot and you have yucca juice, always make sure you have yucca juice. Now, it's always the safer way. And if you find other things, always check vending machines. Vending machines, if you have the coin to spare, check for drinks, check for red tea, check for juicy smoothies. They're probably very expensive because these guys are absolutely hardcore. They're the best drinks I can see so far in the system, which give you stamina, health, and water, and stamina regen, and cold resist. Absolutely beautiful. Now these guys are of course behind the Master Chef perk, and when you craft them, the yucca juice smoothie, now I learned that already for me, but they're locked behind the Master Chef perk, or you can find the recipe during looting. But yucca juice, blueberries, snowballs, and a glass jar, not that difficult. So they're very easy to come by once you have the recipe unlocked. But again, stick with yucca juice if you can. Otherwise, always try to have some goldenrod on hand. Check the vending machines everywhere around when you have some coin to buy them. So let's get into the food. Now there's a whole lot more variety when it comes to food, but the basic principle is still the same as with the drinks. Cooked food or raw food, or let's keep it simple. anything that's canned food cannot give you food poisoning. Anything that's not canned, no matter if it's cooked or not, can give you food poisoning. Now, the lowest percentage of food poisoning chance that I could find is 4% on anything. Usually raw foods are between 4 and 10%. Well, sorry, it's not true. Food poisoning, 1% chance is blueberries, but it also just gives you 1 mark stamina. However, if you have 125, there you go, good nuts. Just eat, and that should be fine. Now, in general, raw foods, I wouldn't recommend to eat them. They have a higher chance of giving you food poisoning, except blueberries, obviously, which you have to eat an absolute ton to get anything out of it. But what you will find in the beginning most likely is rotting flesh, eggs, raw meat, and that way you can make charred meat and boiled eggs if you have a cooking pot and some boiled bottled water, which I explained earlier how you can make that. So yucca fruit, again, you can eat as well, but it gives you food poisoning. Keep that actually to make yucca juice instead, so don't eat it. That would be my suggestion. But even charred meat is 4%. Boiled eggs, still 4%. So again, anything cooked or raw or picked up has a chance of giving food poisoning. Canned food doesn't. Can you craft your own canned food? Yes, you can, but only, unlike Alpha 17, as far as I know from looking at the recipes and everything, can of sham is the only thing you can craft yourself in Alpha 18. All the other things you can only loot or buy in vending machines. Again, that goes back to the tip. Trader, sell everything, use the vending machines to buy your canned food. Can of sham is the only thing you can craft yourself. However, you won't be doing that in the beginning because a can of sham is first of all locked behind the recipe. It's not locked behind the MasterChef perk. You can find the recipe anywhere, but say you get lucky, the first thing you open up when your brand new game starts is the Shaman Secret recipe. Go, yes baby, we found that, we sorted. You're not, because you're gonna need a lot of things. Empty cans, easy to find. Yeah, sure, first day, no problem. Rotting flesh, bones, all that stuff is very easy to find. However, paint is not something you're gonna easily make. You can find it, absolutely. You can get lucky, you find blue paint, and there you go. But to make blue paint, or to make paint in general, you need chrysanthemum and oil. So there you go. You won't be having a chemistry station straight away. Now, if you get lucky and you have a working chemistry station in a trader, absolutely, go nuts. Get oil, make paint, and prepare yourself for crafting cans of shamware. But the average person probably won't be doing that in the beginning of the game. So what choices do we have? Can we prevent food poisoning from happening? Yes, you can. You can prevent food poisoning from happening by taking vitamins. Vitamins give you a disease resist for 12 minutes, a 100% disease resist. And that actually will prevent food poisoning. The vitamins do not cure ailments, so don't mix that up. They don't cure it. However, they will prevent you from catching them in the first place. So infection and food poisoning, you're immune to it. 100% for 12 minutes. Now, I've tested it myself by eating 125 raw meat after I took a vitamin pill, and I couldn't get food poisoning. Absolutely not. Now, infection is a different topic. We're talking about food poisoning in this video. But if you have made your own test, or even by Monday, if there's a small chance, if they changed it, let me know in the comments below if you were able to get food poisoning after taking vitamins. Now, vitamins you can definitely find. I don't know if you can craft them. Let's see if we can craft them. I don't think so. It seems like there is no recipe for vitamins. Let's have a quick look in here. Vitamins. Yeah, seems to be no crafting recipe for it. So you have to find them. Pharmacies is usually a good place to find them. How do you cure food poisoning? Now, food poisoning is cured by eating. That's the funny part. It's cured by eating more. So you end up in this vicious circle of eating, getting a chance of food poisoning, eating, getting a chance of food poisoning, eating. There is no equivalent of goldenrod tea from what I could find that just cures your food poisoning. Because food poisoning is not a buff. We're gonna look at this now. Food poisoning is an instant occurrence that messes with your stats. So we right now have 109 food and 160 water. So look what happens when we eat to get food poisoning. There we go. Boom. Food poisoning lasts only for a few seconds. And then you have a buff on you called starving. Now, and that buff is purely because you are down to 32 food. Now, this is a real kick in the balls because your food is directly tied to your stamina cap. So if you are looting, you're in a loot run, you have zombies around, do not eat food that has a chance of giving you food poisoning. Make sure you're in a safe place, because if you get food poisoning, that is it. 32 stamina, you're not gonna get very far. But how do you cure it? Well, get your food up. That's how you cure it, which means we have to eat more to cure it. So yeah, you eat more. Okay, now we even got worse. This is the lowest it can go. It also attacks your thirst a little bit, but not as much as you can see. So a little bit, but food goes down. I mean down, seriously, as you can see. So what can you do about it? Well, the only thing, sadly, as I said, you can do about it is to eat more food. So obviously, preferably canned food. Now, starving is not a buff you get from food poisoning. It's just a buff you have when your food is very low. And because it impacts your stamina, definitely straight away eat canned food if you can. And you can see it will bring up straight away your stamina and your food, because your food is tied to your stamina. There you go. And now your starving is gone. Now you're just hungry. And after your hunger is gone, I think when you reach about 50 or 60, so let's eat another one of those. Let's go up. It will probably give you, I think it's 60. That hunger disappears. We'll see together. Is it 50? So there you go. You now are no longer starving. So you can see the impact on food poisoning is insanely severe compared to dysentery. So I don't know if that needs balancing. Actually, there you go, it's gone. It's over 60 now and everything is gone. So we're back to normal now. Well, our stamina is still screwed, but we have to keep eating. So of course, if you eat things like boiled eggs or charred meat, you still have a chance of getting food poisoning, but the chance is so low that you probably outweigh the food poisoning by just keep eating charred meat and boiled eggs, you know, end of story. So you're not gonna get food poisoning every time you eat a boiled egg, so you should be okay. All right, I think that's everything that I could find out about food, drink, food poisoning, dysentery, cures, preventions, all the shenanigans. Now, there's a couple of things, of course. I could have overlooked things because I just didn't find them. So let me know in the comments below about them as well, your own experience. Also, things could change. By the time you get this game on Monday is the official release. There's no time yet, but you should get it by Monday unless there's serious bugs. It might get delayed, but otherwise you should have it in your hands by Monday. It could already have patches applied, food poisoning reduced, effects reduced, or maybe even some cooked food doesn't give you food poisoning anymore. I have no idea. So definitely look out for that. And if that is the case and anything is changing compared to the information that I have given you and have shown you, let me know in the comments below as well, because I will, like I said, put a pinned comment under the video with all the corrections, all the things that I have retested as well that you're telling me, and to make sure we have a complete set of information. So look out for that as well. Otherwise, I hope this video had enough information to help you on your journey yourself for Alpha 18 and give you a little bit of information that you find useful. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to kick that like button in the balls, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming.